Don't get blinded by the light from fame. We're all ordinary people at the end of the day. We make decisions, some good, some bad, but we all pushing for things we never had.
Ordinary people with extraordinary ways.
Yeah.
Everyday people trying to make a way.
It's just us.
Hello, welcome to It's Just Us. I'm Charlene Bowden. So glad you're joining us. You know, I have over 15 years of experience in the nonprofit environment, so I totally understand the struggle in securing funds and sustainability and all of those dynamics that come along with being in a nonprofit. It's not just about caring for the people, but we got to do something and produce revenue and streams of income so that we can care for the people. So that's what we're going to talk about on this show. We're talking with people who work with and for nonprofits, but they do other things as well. So we're going to explore a little bit of that too. My first guest is Miss Lateshia Ellerson. Lateshia is an actress. She's a performing artist. Let me just make it broader. She is not just an actress. She's a performing artist, and she's going to share information about what she's done, what she's doing as it pertains to that. But she's also the development director for Kenny Leon's True Colors Theater Company. Lateshia, welcome to It's Just Us.
Yay! Glad to be here.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes, yes. You have a rich background in the performing arts. Please tell me just tell me about your journey, actually.
Wow. Well, I would have to say, with any artist, it's important to have someone who invests in you. And so the first person to invest in me was my mother. And she put me into performing arts academies and actually community theater as well too. And so through my journey, starting at 8 years old, moved on to Performing Arts High School and then to the theater school at DePaul University in Chicago. And then to Second City, where I did some improv theater as well. And then also Christian improv theater in the mix in there as well too.
Good. And so now you are the development director for Kenny Leon's True Colors. How has your experience as an artist served you in this capacity?
Oh, greatly. When I first started in development arena, I worked at United Way. And with United Way, I was able to speak to large groups of union workers and the post office to UPS and speaking with them about how it's important to give into their community. And so using that verbiage and that excitement and that fervor that I developed when I was working at United Way in Chicago, when I moved to Atlanta, I decided that I wanted to stay within that track to have a better footing to have income.
Income's important.
Income is important instead of just, finding a part-time temporary position while I pursue acting. I decided to just go ahead and work for a nonprofit theater company and really pour into why I love theater, into the work that I also developed into loving development and fundraising.
I know that in working with nonprofits, especially in your capacity as a development person, bringing in dollars and cents, you have to embrace the mission of the organization. Share in your own words the mission of True Colors that you're speaking to potential funders and donors. Just share in your own words the mission of this organization.
Yeah, the mission of True Colors is different from a lot of theater organizations, really in the city and also in the country. How Kenny Leon likes to say is that it's really flipped the normal American model. Also Harry Belafonte told Kenny in this way as well too, a Eurocentric model. It's an Afrocentric model. And so when you look at larger lore theaters, what you see is a Eurocentric model where at the core you have white playwrights where they're focusing on, and then they do diverse works on the peripheral. But with True Colors, we do African-American work at the core and making sure that we do diverse work on the peripheral as well too. And so that's really what we are about at True Colors, honoring diversity, bringing people together according to how we are the same, but then also honoring our difference. And so what Kenny loves to do is make sure that the work that we do at True Colors is honoring that our difference and our commonalities and also celebrating. So when people come to the theater, they're learning about African American culture, African American classics, and how True Colors can be promoted in the arts and diversity.
Right, True Colors. I just got that. Okay, got it. Individual donors, they sometimes get lost in the dollars and cents that come in from major gifts and or corporations. Let's do an appeal now to the importance of that individual donors give to an organization such as True Colors?
Yes, it's very important. The individual donor base, actually, when you take a step back, there's a lot of research that says that a company or nonprofit, period, across any sector, you can't just rely on corporations, grants. Your largest donor pool really needs to be from individuals and not really from the other sectors, because that money can change.
Yeah.
And especially with the change of government,
Yes,
we just don't know how things are going to change. And so we really have to be able to communicate our mission to individuals and really find how individuals want to participate in the organization. So it's not just about giving financially, but it's also about how can they participate in volunteering or even just spreading the word, being an ambassador in the community. You can give people any kind of title that makes them feel important.
Yes, yes.
But it's really about having them engage in a different way that's important for them. So the engagement level is really key for getting individual donors to participate with your organization.
Yeah, and getting them connected. So you do work, going back to you for just a moment, on an individual basis, if I can say that. How can people reach you if they want to bring you on for consultations or just to watch you perform? Or?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm on LinkedIn, and so you can definitely reach out to me through there, connect with me, and let me know your projects that you're interested in, and yeah, we can get started with the talking.
Absolutely. And for True Colors?
Yes, for True Colors, my email address is Ellerson, very easy to remember, at truecolorstheater.org.
Great. Thank you so much for coming by.
No problem.
Come
Thank
again
you.
soon?
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
yay. Okay. And coming up, we're going to speak with someone who has a little bit more information about fundraising and engaging donors for your organization, whether it's nonprofit or corporate. It's Just Us. I'm Charlene Bowden. Stay tuned. We'll be back. My next guest, you probably know her voice, and I'm so glad that you get to see a face with the voice. Joining me now is Ms. Kimberly Sellars-Bates. Welcome to It's Just Us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
I am really excited.
Last time we talked, we were trying to get this book finished.
That's absolutely
And
right.
today I can call you author.
Yes, I'm so thankful. You know, a couple of years ago, I did a seminar for the National Black PhD Conference.
Okay.
And at the end of the seminar, people said, "Do you have a book I can purchase?" And I said, "No, I don't have a book."
Yeah.
And someone was in the audience and said, "You really should have a book." I went home that night and talked to a good friend of mine, and she said, "You know, Kim, you already have the material in your head, and a lot of it's written down.
Yeah.
You should do a book." People ask me all the time, "How in the world did you do a book?" You know what? That night I sat down and wrote page 1.
That's right.
And publishing companies started to come to me and
Okay.
say, "Listen, we have heard about you. We see you on Twitter talking about you writing a book. We'd love to be your publisher." I ended up going with a group called Prosperity Publications, minority-owned firm, and I could not have made a better choice.
Wow.
After about 13, 14 rewrites, the book, Get Grant
book,
Ready,
yeah.
has been published.
That is an inspirational story.
Oh, thank you.
We can take out the 13, 14 rewrites.
Let's not
we don't
tell
want to
people about that part. Don't worry about that part.
In addition to being an author of Get Grant Ready, you're also the founder and the president of KSTB Enterprises.
Absolutely.
What is KSTB?
KSTB was founded in 2007 by me. And in the beginning, I just wrote grants. I loved writing grants, but then I started to realize that people come to me and they haven't even set their company up. They're not incorporated. They have no idea what bylaws are, and they're not a 501c3 organization. So I started taking classes and reading all that I could. So now KSTB runs the gamut. We establish organizations as 501c3s. We have a 100% success rate in doing so. We incorporate you no matter what state you're in.
Okay.
We do incorporate you. We also do board solicitations and board trainings, and we do the prospect research to find grant money.
And I'm glad you mentioned research because you're a graduate of, you worked at Spelman.
I worked at Spelman.
As a
yes,
researcher.
As a prospect researcher.
What was it?
Very good.
I knew you were coming. As a
Yes.
researcher, what did you find that intrigued you to now start this company?
Yes, well, there is so much money available. And with research, either you love it or you hate it.
Okay.
I happen to love it. But I found that there are so many little money pockets that people are totally ignoring. And I don't like to leave money on the table.
Leave money on the table. I've heard that before.
Yes, so when I was at Spelman, I was charged with finding money for the philanthropic needs of the college. And, you know, it's interesting. Sometimes people see things in you that you don't see in yourself. And the Vice President of Development said, I love the reports that you put together on research. Because I go a step further. It's one thing to say this company will give you a grant, but what KSTB does is tell you why you should approach this company.
Oh.
Yes, so we go a little bit deeper. This is a good fit for you because. So when I founded KSTB, I knew that was an essential piece. So in addition to the 501c3, the incorporations, the research, the grant writing, we also realized how important corporate sponsorships are. One of the untapped resources are individual giving, annual funds.
Which we talked about earlier.
Yes, people have no idea. That's really your money source. What you want to do is cultivate relationships. You want to keep these people as your donors. And a long time ago, they had this thing called moves management, where Charlene may give $25 this year, but we want to move her to give $50 next year and $100 and on up and on up. We want to keep you as a donor. We want to engage you. We want to have you as a volunteer. So KSTB uses 4 funding streams to ensure that your organization can sustain itself. And those are the grants, individual giving, corporate sponsorships, and signature fundraisers.
And sustainability is what we're talking about at the end of the day.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about some numbers.
Okay.
You have some great numbers
Thank you so
to brag
much.
about.
Oh my goodness. Well, so far in 2016, this has been our biggest year in terms of grants and sustainability for our clients with individual giving. We have a 96% success rate now with our grants, and those include private foundations, corporate grants, and of course federal grants, city, county, state, and federal. So we do all of the grants for you. People come to us a lot and they say, oh, we heard there is $10 million available for housing. Well, we have to make sure that you've done your due diligence, that you are set up properly. We will not have you to go out there, put yourself out there for a grant and you're not qualified for it. We actually work with organizations now to make sure that they are grant ready.
Grant ready. And every conversation is leading us back to the book. So we have actually talked about Get Grant Ready. And I read in your notes today, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to wrap the show up. You have so much information. Follow the funder's grant application, funders application directions.
Yes, please. People do not understand. They'll come to me and say, AT&T has money and I want to apply. Well, that's when we do the research. You may not be a fit for AT&T, but if you are one of our clients, we will find organizations and companies that you are a fit for. Yes.
Ooh, Get Grant Ready, Kimberly Sellars-Bates. Contact information, please.
Oh, absolutely. You can reach me at www.kstbenterprises.com. That's our website, and we have a wonderful web designer, so she keeps it up to date. Please follow us on Twitter at KSTB, Instagram KSTB, and Facebook KSTB. Our office number is 770-756-7565. You can also email us at kstb@kstbenterprises.com.
And she's based in Atlanta, but she'll take, what is it, have car, will travel.
Yes, we love to travel.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing this information. I know
much.
that you've helped some people. I hope they have pen and paper handy to get this information. I am Charlene Bowden. It's Just Us. Our website is itsjustustalkshow.com. Thank you again so much for being here. And until next time, I hope that you will continue to happen to life. Take good care.